Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program First Contract, Episode 3. This is my 0.24 season. In Episode 1 we did a tutorial on the first couple of missions to grab some funds and science. In Episode number 2 we explored a purely scientific mission where we took our little green Kerbals, or one of our green Kerbals, and orbited their home planet, Kerbin, to sort of observe the different locations that are available that we might want to someday land a vehicle at. But in order to continue our quest for career mode hardcore, we'll resume LP hardcore. Hardcore mode, very briefly, is I have removed the ability to revert my launch to the launch pad or revert my launch to the vehicle assembly bay. Once I actually launch the rocket, it's either going to succeed in its mission or blow up horribly. Hopefully the first, and not the latter. We, from our purely scientific exploration orbits around Kerbin, we managed to grab a little bit more science, but we didn't get a lot. It's not even enough to unlock advanced rocketry. I will, however, use it to unlock survivability, the art and science of landing and walking away from it. This gives us a smaller engine, the LV909 liquid fuel engine, and some landing struts. It may have been originally designed as a heavy-duty metal detector, but this landing leg certainly emphasizes an important fact in surface landings. You don't need to put a crater in the ground to stop yourself. And we have radial mount parachutes, which will actually make our landings, or could make our landings, much smoother and also slow us down more in the atmosphere during re-entry. So we will spend 15 science to research that. We no longer have enough science to research anything else. If we take a look once again in the science archives, we can actually highlight the EVA reports. EVA reports, when your crew gets outside of the capsule and takes a look around, that's how they report on the different biomes that are available, or the different locations that are available on any planet or moon. In this case, around Kerbin, our EVA report, we discovered that there's some interesting places we could land to get more discoveries with our stuff, with our mystery goo. We could land on Kerbin's water, we could land Kerbin's deserts, Kerbin's grasslands, the mountains, the shores. There's more water. Yeah, so there's some interesting places we could land. We haven't been to the moon yet. The moon also has a whole bunch of interesting stuff. So one of our flights will be to send an orbiter to orbit the moon and catalog a bunch of interesting locations where we can gather some science data. But for now, getting down to about 115,000 funds. I don't want to spend too many more launches doing just science, otherwise I'm going to run out of money and go bankrupt. So we need to find some missions to get us some more money. Let's see what we have here. Some tests, test Cevitron, explore the moon. That's a awesome, pretty awesome goal. And more tests. Okay, so these various test missions are pretty fun. They're actually pretty tough. What needs to happen is you need to basically activate staging for a particular component while in the right situation. So in order, for instance, the Mark 16 parachute, we wanted you to test the Mark 16 parachute in flight over Kerbin. To perform this test, to perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. So, we want to be around Kerbin, we want to be flying, we want to have an altitude of between 16,500 and 23,100 meters in this speed range, and then activate the stage. And they will pay us about $2,000 to 2,000 funds to do so. I'd like to find one of these that has some science attached. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Activate the solid fuel booster while splashed down. Oh my goodness. Test the Cevitron in a suborbital trajectory. Okay, I saw ones that were giving us more science. These two are giving us 14 science each, as well as a little bit of funds. Okay. So they want us to launch the stability enhancer while landed. We've already used it once, so we'll give them a test and give them the results and get a bunch of science that way. And while flying between 1900 meters and 6400 meters, that is a heck of a speed to try to get to, though. At that particular height, they want us to activate the radial decoupler. Okay, I think we can pull that off, though. And the next one we're going to test, we're going to grab this one as well to test the Rockomax Conglomerate's BACC solid fuel booster while splashed down. No, actually, we won't be able to pull that off, probably. Oh, test the stack decoupler while landed. That one's easy to do. Ooh, test this one while landed. That one's also going to be easy to do. Okay, we have 4 active contracts. We are testing a stability enhancer while landed, a stack decoupler while landed, and a solid fuel booster while landed. And then we want to use the radio decoupler while in flight. So my mission plan is to, well, we'll go to the rocket thing and plan it all there. All right. So, this is a testing mission. We need a new name for this particular cockpit. We already did, what are we doing? We were doing the Tiger missions. Here we go. How about, this is the Cheetah series of missions. Cheetah 1. Utility. Pop on some parachutes there. And we'll bring up our contracts so we can go through each of these one at a time. Test the solid fuel booster while landed. That should be pretty easy to do. Grab 2. I want utility. Utility, where are you? There we are. Okay, let's see if these extend down far enough. Nope. Forget it. Can't use those. But what we can do instead is here. Put this little guy on utility. Structural, get a stack decoupler right there. Put that stage on, and that stage is also going to have some solid rocket boosters attached. We'll attach 4. And under aerodynamic, we're going to nose cone these things, and I'm also going to put on, once again, my winglets. That should be a relatively controllable sort of ballistic missile type of craft. Okay, test that landed. Solid fuel booster while landed, yes. There we go. Test the stack decoupler while landed. That one would be tough if I didn't. I'm just going to put a stack decoupler there, and it can drop off something small like this here. So this is where you can modify things. I'm going to get rid of the fuel in here. Basically, I'm going to activate the stack decoupler, and drop an empty fuel canister on the ground so that the scientists can observe how the stack decoupler behaves while landed. These will activate, those will activate, and the main engines will activate, giving us liftoff. That should actually complete the launch stability enhancer, which these are those things. The radial decoupler in flight. So this one we have to get to a certain speed and a certain height to test that decoupler, the radial decoupler. When we get to the speed and height, we're going to get rid of our booster stage. That's what's going to happen there. And then we'll be on main power only. Then we have just this little guy, this little maneuverable sort of stage so we can land somewhere. In fact, if I'm really clever, no, I'll do that another time. And the parachute. So all these activate at the same time. Nice little landing craft. Cheetah 1. Cheetah is the test bed platform for Kerbin orbital tests, equipment tests. All right, that's the Cheetah stuff. Should I key in an abort sequence? I don't have Separatrons. Yeah, we should, for safety, because once again we're playing hardcore. For safety, we're going to put on 4 Separatrons. We're going to put on 6 Separatrons. Actually, never mind. The abort sequence, I have a rocket motor right there. The abort sequence is decouple. Activate this engine. We'll go ahead and put on Separatrons as well, just to really add some punch. And also activate that engine. I will put this engine in a different stage, just so I have more granular control. Yeah. That's going to do it. Hopefully that's enough thrust to pull us off the top if needed. And then we'll manually activate our parachutes. Alright, let's launch this. So I want to think about this and give myself the one last rundown. That activates completing a test. These activate giving us thrust. We need to reach a height of 1900 meters and a speed of at least 390 meters per second, and then activate the part through staging. It's the TT70 ready. Oh wait, I should double check that I'm using the right decoupler. That would be silly. TT70 radial decoupler. TT70. Oh, it's the bigger one. All right. These need to come off. They want us to test these guys. That's no problem. We can test those. I actually like that a little bit better. Okay, Tiger 1. Oh, but I didn't fix my staging, did I? Okay, all those guys go. I'll turn that on at the same time. Just I just won't use the throttle. And then they separate when I am in the right situation, which is 1900 meters at 390 meters per second. This one needs to be first. That's our very first test because it happens landed. Then all that goes. Then those guys separate. Then all this goes. The Sepatrons are not part of this. They're actually just part of the abort sequence. Okay. We're as ready to conduct these tests as we're going to get. So, the first one... Well, that did not go as anticipated. Survive! Don't die! That was actually pretty bad. Okay. How much did that cost us? Got 4,000 funds back. That was expensive. That test completely failed. Debris, recover it. Debris, recover it. We need to reset our staging on this thing again. Yeah. Where is that one decoupler? This guy is going first. That thing first. And that's it. Then all of this. All those guys decouple. Then this stage activates so we can actually control our landing, and that's for the abort sequence action groups. Oh, that's what happened. I put all these in the staging action group instead of the abort action group. Alright, the abort action group decouples, activates this engine, activates those, and lowers the legs. Okay. Nothing in staging. Alright. Let's try that again. So there we had a little minor disaster that cost us a fair amount of money. I don't know how much more money we're going to be making on this mission now. Okay. Try it again. There we go. Stacked a coupler. Tested. Next stage. And once again, I need to look at this. 1900 at 390. Okay, let's go this way. I'm going to fly this more like a plane. We need to... Okay, we're at the right altitude. We see the right speed. All conditions are met. Here we go. Excellent. Let's land. Shut down the engine. Hit the thing. Deploy the landing gear. And hopefully come down for a nice soft landing. I will chat with you guys in a bit when we get to parachute, or the parachute's opening. Okay, the parachutes have opened, and we'll be on the ground in just a bit. Oh, and there we are. Landed safe and sound. And we completed a bunch of contracts. So, test complete. Got a little bit of funds. Contract complete. Got some science. Contract complete. Got a little bit more science. And that very briefly covers that. We will recover this vessel and see how we did in the summary, if anything. A little bit of science for the flight, some money back for the parts, and we didn't actually make a profit on that particular mission because of my earlier mistake, and our crew. So, I'll go clean up my mess, and until next time, that is it for episode 3. Until episode 4, keep flying and stay shiny.